Hi, I'm Francis Shen with the Dana Foundation Career Network in Neuroscience and Society, joined today by Maya.
Hi, my name is Maya Reitman, and I am an incoming medical student at Loyola University of Chicago Stritch School of Medicine and a research assistant in the Shed Lab.
And we are delighted to be joined today by Dr. Lenette Jones, who holds both a PhD and RN degrees and is the Nancy S. and Michael B. McLellan Professor of Nursing and an assistant professor in the Department of Health, Behavior, and Biological Sciences at the University of Michigan School of Nursing. Dr. Jones is a behavioral nurse scientist interested in eliminating the health disparities affecting African-American women with hypertension. Her really neat program of research is focused on uncovering the mechanisms, biological, psychological, social, and physical, of self-management interventions. And she uses neuroimaging, such as fMRI, to explore these neural processes associated with self-management behaviors. Really awesome work. Dr. Jones, thank you for being with us today. And could you share with us a little bit about the career path you took that led you to be doing this cutting edge work?
Sure. Thank you for having me. And so just to get started, so I am a nurse. When I obtained my bachelor's in nursing, I started in ICU. And at that time, I saw many patients that came in with uncontrolled blood pressure, like stroke level, really high blood pressures. And so it got me to thinking like, how can we help patients better manage their blood pressure outside of the hospital, outside of the ICU in their day-to-day lives? And so I couldn't necessarily do that as a staff nurse. So I decided to go back to school. I completed my master's and my master's and doctoral degrees at the same time. And I really focused on self-management of hypertension in Black women and how we could enhance self-care for them. And so when I finished my studies, I met Dr. Shirley Moore, who just had a P30, a center grant funded at Case Western Reserve University. And so the goal of the center grant was to better understand brain behavior connections using neuroimaging like fMRI to see what was happening, brain activity associated with behavior. And so that was my start into not just self-management, but thinking about neuroimaging and neuroscience related to self-management behavior.
That's awesome and really, really incredible work. And I'm wondering for students who, might want to explore careers at the intersection of public health, behavioral science, and nursing, what does your day-to-day work look like?
Well, as an assistant professor at a university, so that part is a little bit similar to any assistant professor position. So we write grants, we write papers for publication, disseminate or share our science with the scientific community. But also, I think particularly my interest in health disparities, I think a lot about collaborating with community partners who are also interested in achieving health equity or just better understanding what the needs are in the community so that we as scientists can address them. And so I spend a lot of time in meetings, whether it's with community partners, with collaborators, but really thinking about other approaches that we can eliminate health disparities and achieve health equity for all. But I think that, and I mentor students, I should say that as well. So I work with a lot of students who are interested in becoming scientists or healthcare providers, but really helping to mold the next generation of scientists so that they're equipped with the things they need to further address health disparities and health equity and moving that needle on towards, achieving health equity for all.
That's incredible, Dr. Jones. And we definitely need more mentors like you who are working at the intersection of neuroscience and health disparities for the pursuit of health equity. And for students and others who are watching this, what advice would you give them about pursuing a career that's delving at that intersection of health disparity work and incorporating neuroscience into that work?
And so I will have two pieces of advice, actually. So the first would be to just always continue to ask questions, which sounds like a really simple piece of advice, but that's how Dr. Shin and I, that's how our research studies start. That's how you know who to reach out to in the community. Really starting with that question that hasn't been answered yet of what can we do differently to address some of the problems that we have, in our country and in our communities. I think another really important thing is to find a mentor. And so I actually have one of my longstanding mentors is someone that I worked with since my undergraduate career. And she's actually not a nurse, but she is a Black woman. She is PhD prepared. And she has really helped me to be thoughtful about how I partner with my community partners, how I present my work to the scientific community, how I position myself as a scientist to make sure that, the work that I do is respectful of the communities that I work with, but it's still powerful and recognized in the scientific community to create change. And so those are the two pieces of advice that I will offer, because those are things that I think have really helped me move my science forward as an assistant professor and as a professor that's focused on health equity.
That's great advice. And thank you, Dr. Jones, for sharing that and sharing a little bit about the career pathway you've taken. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Happy to share.